Hi humans, it's Toxic.Mangaka here. Today we will be taking it back to my roots with a doll-related video. Not just any doll though, Monster High. With the new live-action movie that's been released recently, I thought I'd talk about it. I might be a little late to the game, but this is my passion, so let's dive in. But first, let me thank my good friend Hannah for lending me her Paramount Plus for a day. This video would not be possible if not for her. So Hannah, if you're seeing this, thanks a bunch! So we started with this really cool skate park scene, and surprise, it's my fave Claudine! Can I just say the way the normies at the park acted was unwarranted? Like, you're telling me with as popular as animal ears are right now as hair accessories, you've never seen someone just casually wearing animal ears? Claudine then races home, where we meet her father, Apollo. Apollo seems to be a super sweet man. He's made Claudine a birthday cake because it's Claudine's birthday. She turns 15 today. Claudine then pulls out her Hogwarts acceptance letter. I mean, Monster High acceptance letter. And right off the bat, you can tell we will have a bit of conflict because what's this? Apollo is a normie? Claudine ends up going to Monster High anyway, and we get our very first musical number. It's giving Glee. And by that, no means is a bad thing, nor slander. My bi-self, quite frankly, appreciates it. Frankie and Draculaura finally make it into the scene. Frankie is sadly being ignored by their fellow student disembodied. And Drac is a total perfectionist who seems a tad cold, to be honest. By the way, witchcraft and normies are banned from Monster High. I'm going to skip around a bit, so if things aren't in chronological order, I have the memory of a chicken nugget and it's not my fault. We meet Heath and Deuce, and despite Heath looking like the most Chad bro to ever Chad bro, you can tell he's still a troublemaking dweeb. Jughead, on the other hand, Deuce is turning over a new leaf. No more troublemaking and no more Cleo. Wait a minute.
Wait a damn minute.
Cleo is still totally fanged up about Deuce. And Laguna is now Cleo's yes school. That's a choice. I never would have guessed our down-to-earth beastie could turn into a sea creature with such fierce bite. And those fangs? Remind me to never get into a disagreement with her. Also, in my notes, I wrote, why does it seem like Abby and Ghoulia have changed personalities? I'm not going to explain, but if you've watched the movie, you know. You just know. The girls who get it know. And those who don't get it, don't. So, coming back to witchcraft and humans being a huge no-no, vampires apparently have been at war for centuries with witches. And the last human that attended Monster High was Hyde. Not that Hyde. This Hyde. Edward Eddie Hyde. His fate wasn't too pretty. Let's just put it like that. Draculaura has been super cold towards Frankie and Claudine up until this point. Claudine and Frankie set out to find Hyde's old lab that Komos had pointed Claudine in the direction of finding. Hopefully. Our main three team up. Draculaura benefits via her magic getting stronger, and hopefully Claudine can become human by finding Hyde's lab. Next, we get this really wacky scene of the one of the school saying, "Expel the enemy," which seems to be drawn in blood. And all I could think was, okay, Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets? The Chamber of Secrets has been opened, babes. Enemies of the air, beware. Type beat. I haven't really even mentioned this up to this point because seeing Deuce and Claudine flirt gave me a bit of whiplash. Okay, but while gathering ingredients for Jack's potion to open Hyde's hidden lab, are we sure we're okay in here on this day? Claudine flirts with Deuce. They have this really cute music number about trust, and Claudine gets the needed snake venom from Deuce's snake Mo. As in, slow-mo? Or is this a completely different Mo? Because if slow-mo has been reduced to a snake for this generation, I don't know what's going on.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Draculaura gets into trouble for witchcraft because Cleo is a snitch. She told Headmistress Bloodgood and Komos. So they're all standing in the Great Hall. While standing in the hall and berating Draculaura, Frankie and Claudine are by her side. Cleo is standing smugly by the headmistress's side. A gargoyle practically takes her out, but not before Claudine can save her. Claudine then runs away from Monster High under the cover of nightfall. She believes that the school falling apart is her fault because she is not true of Monster Heart. Frankie and Draculaura drag Claudine back to campus to open Hyde's lab. Also, if y'all hear any licking noises in the background, this microphone picks up everything. And what you're hearing is my big old stinky gray tuxedo boyo Loki licking himself. Because we have to be next to Mommy's laptop. Isn't that right, Stinky? Anyways.
Child. Anyway, so
They're so close to opening Hyde's lab, it'd be silly to give up now. Once they make it back to the school cemetery, they open the lab doors. And oh, what's this? It's who? It's the history teacher Komos. I knew just by looking at this man's design, he was sus. And I was honestly hoping to be proven wrong, but I wasn't. Komos is related to Hyde, as in Edward Eddie Hyde, who was best friends with Claudine's mom, Selena Wolf. Komos used the main three to get into the lair and take the monster potion that Claudine wanted for herself, and then decided against taking. I knew this man was bad. I felt it. I called it. I just wish that I had been proven wrong. This man goes through all this to get revenge for Hyde, his father. Komos' plans are to unalive everyone at Monster High, including the most prestigious monsters from around the world that are currently visiting the school. Some big fundraiser to get the school funding. Girl, I couldn't tell you all the details. I quite frankly didn't care. I just knew they were there. Once done there, his plan is to move on to the Normie town and do the same. Como starts attacking students in the graveyard, only to get his butt whooped and handed to him by a bunch of undead teens. He talked all that trash only to get turned to stone. Like, really? Dude. Pathetic.
Perhaps you could have used the Pharaoh's help after all! You pathetic mortal!
All in all, they live happily ever after. Well, for now, that is. It's already been announced that a sequel is in the works, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. I remember when Monster High first came out, the plan was to have a live-action musical based around Jackson Jackal / Holt Hyde. But they decided against it, because for a new franchise, they were afraid they'd shoot themselves in the foot before they got good footing within the doll community. Choosing Claudine as the protagonist and making a relative of Hyde's the antagonist was an interesting but enjoyable choice. I just hope Komos' actions don't hinder the chance of Jackson / Holt coming back for G3. Jackson has always been my favorite manster, so I really can't imagine Monster High without his awkward, charming self roaming the halls of Monster High. I thoroughly enjoyed this film, especially as someone who has been collecting and been a fan of Monster High since 2010. It really exceeded my expectations. If you like Glee, dark musicals like Sweeney Todd, Harry Potter, and of course Monster High, this is defo the movie for you. Let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, or Ryan Higa will steal your shoe. Until next time, bye!